is 58, minute number 58, before the battle, as a poem. And you can see a picture in the top right corner of this slide also, and word before and the battle is about battle or war simply. When we talk about war, you can have some sort of picture in your mind of what happens in war, what could be the causes of war, and consequences as well, result of war, right? Maybe it's a cold war or war itself. Always fight will have negative consequences, negative result. We can guess. Let's see about the poet. You can see poet himself in army dress. So the poet was army, that means a soldier. So he was a poet, writer, and soldier. He got many award as well, right? Uh, the he was awarded, decorated for bravery on the Western Front. He became one of the leading poet of the First World War. So, in your social study, might be you have read about First World War causes also and consequences as well. So, as a poet, as a soldier, Shashwan, he has expressed his feeling at the time or during the war in this poem, before the battle. See the setting. The poem is written by English writer Siegfried Shashwan in 1916. The poem is named Before the Battle, since it reflects the thought of the speaker before a battle. You can imagine if you are going to take part in a war as an army, what type of feeling would haunt your brain, would rumble in your brain, that means. So it was the feeling when the poet had in 1916. It was fight between France, was fighting the France in First World War. It means generally war between France and Germany at that time. So this is the technicality of poem. It has two stanzas. First has 6 verses and second has 7 verses, 7 lines, that means. And the rhyme scheme is almost the same in stanza. That means in the first E, B, C, C, B, right, in this way. Next one, D, D, there is a rhyming pattern, E and F, F and E again. These are the rhyming patterns in this poem. Now see difficult words. Asked, much quieter than usual. Gleam, shine, to shine or glitter here. Radiance is a light, radiation. Is warm light shining from something. Ready, high and thin tone, like flute, murali you can say, similar to that. Scorn, to feel or show that something is very stupid. Scorn, or to be stupid also you can say stupid. Foolish. Someone means simply calling, call by somebody. So these are difficult words. If you need Nepali version, tell me, okay? Do not remain silent, ask me questions, okay? When I say something, and if you have some difficulties, let me know. Okay, you can see the poem here. There are two stanzas. Let's see the first one first. Music of whispering tree, hushed by a broad-winged breeze, where second water gleams, and even radiance falling, with reedy bird notes calling. Oh, bear me safe through dark, you low voice stream. See the in this first stanza, the poet is explaining the beautiful scene where the war is taking place. What is happening there? Look at the first line. Music of whispering tree, hushed by a broad wings breeze. Breeze means air. Air has wings also, it's imagination. Broad wings. It means from the blowing of wind, there could be a type of music. But what is the situation? Hushed by. But this breeze is gentle, that means it has somehow stopped, quite normal today. So music of whispering tree, hushed by a broad-winged breeze. There is a music, gentle music from the leaf of the tree because of breeze, because of air. You can imagine the situation when there is a gentle breeze in the forest. You can hear a soft music there. Where second water gleams and evening radiance falling with a ready bird notes calling. And what is gleaming? Water. Nearby that, there can be a river. So because of breeze also and its own movement also, there is a gleaming light shining of the rays. Rays means here radiance of falling. Radiance of falling means the evening light. It is of yellow color. You can see, right? Uh, in the evening, what happens? The rays of light is also golden, like early in the morning. So the radiance, the rays of sun falling in the water is beautiful. Is shaking. That means second is here, shaking because of breeze also and because of its own uh, what movement also, flowing of river also. That means, and at the same time, it is in the jungle maybe, right? There are birds also with reedy birds notes calling. Birds are also singing. The deep voice of bird, sounds of birds could be heard then. Oh, bear me safe through dark. And the poet is requesting, appealing for night, because you know that night can be death also here. Night can be physically night also, because you know that at night war is not fought. There is a rule of war also. So, oh, bear me safe through dark, you low voice stream. There is a river, and he's appealing with the river. Make dark sooner, fast, then I will be safe. So here the poet is in conversation with trees, breeze, for example, light of sun rays also, and bird singing also, and stream also, river. Stream means river, small river. So simply in this stanza, the poet is explaining, talking about beautiful scene of the place where the war was taking place. and he is appealing, maybe with God also here, but here is mentioned stream. Stream means we know, we call generally, this is written by Western scholar, but in our country, uh, rivers, seas, right? Any source of water is called Ganga, goddess Ganga, right? But here, the poet is simply calling for night. Maybe he doesn't want to see the scene, which later will be exploited by, destroyed by war. You know, the violent effect of war. That could be one reason. Next reason is, it is not fought at night in war. That could be another reason. So you would be safe when there will be night. These are the thing. So the first stanza is simply about beautiful scene of the place where the war was taking place. See the second one. I have no need to pray that fear may pass away. I scorn the growl and rumble of the fight that summon me from cool silence of Mars and pool, and yellow lilies is landed in light. Oh, river of star and shadow, lead me through the night. Right? And here, in the second stanza, the poet seems somehow different. He says in this stanza, I have no need to pray. Right? Maybe war has already broken. So he's already dead, maybe because of war. We can guess only, it's not mentioned here. I have no need to pray that fear may pass away. It can go away, fear. So doesn't want to pray for the fear. Safe, to be saved from the fear. I scorn the growl and rumble of fight. Can feel, it means stupidity here. I have said scorn means to feel or show that something is very stupid. I scorn the growl and rumble of fight. What happens when the war takes place or war is taking place? Rumble of fight. Right? You can see in the pictures also, right? Hitting each other, firing each other, right? So I scorn the growl and rumble of fight. This foolishness to fight, and it can have many bad consequences. So maybe sound, maybe crying also, maybe death also. And it is before war. He's already going to take place. He's already there to take place, to take part in the war. That means. So he's there. He must take part in war, even if he hasn't died till now. So that summon me from cool means he's just before war. That rumble of fight, injury, death is just ahead of him. That means someone means as called from cool. That beautiful scene, look at here. The cool means here, that beautiful scene, he's there. What is going to take place? So praying also doesn't work. That means I have no need to pray, right? Even if he will pray or he is praying or he was praying, that would not stop the war. It is difficult for him because both parties are ready to fight. So fear is also doesn't matter here. Army personnel, right, should not fear, afraid of war. And he's already there to take part in war. So we could feel the foolishness of fight. And he has been called there. And he could feel the calling from silence of Mars and pool. Mars is watery place. You know, pool means, right, where water is somehow collected, right? Has been collected, or so naturally you can find the pool, swimming pool, for example, like a lake. So from this type of beautiful place, cool place, marshy place, right, from the pool of water, he could hear, he could feel somebody calling, somebody is calling for him to take part in war. War is inevitable. Definitely the war will take place. That means there is no question about this. So the yellow lilies is landed in light, right? He also again explain here, landed in light. Lilies, flower is there, landed in light. From that Mars, from that pool, right? So, oh river of stars and shadows, lead me through the night. Again, he's saying, rivers of stars and shadows. These are symbol of night here. And again, at last also, he wish it would be night, because if it would be night, there won't be any war at night. Or this night means, as I said earlier, he could have three intention to appeal the night, to call the night. One, he did not want to see the destruction of that beautiful place. One, or effect of war. That means one, that could be the main reason. Another direct meaning is that at night, generally, it is not fought. It means war doesn't take place at night. That could be second. And third one, in my opinion, is that he wanted death after the war. So he wanted to experience that fierce, dangerous battle. And he would not see the destruction of humanity or human being or animal or the place. So this is the feeling of the poet just before the war. War hasn't taken place till now. He is simply feeling, he is simply expressing his feeling about the war before, just before war. So let me read out this summary. It has more comprehensive explanation. You can see here, or you can take screenshot also. The poem is a reflection of Sasson about the war. As I said earlier, his position was difficult because he was against war. It was compulsion also, but he was against war. But he had to fight bravely in the war against Germany and France. It is World War time. And he has to fight against Germany and France. He's English poet, you know that. And in spite of being coward as it is, he made brave action, such as the capture of German trains in Hindenburg's line. Is a place there in Germany, because he knew the horror of war, but maybe he thought that it was necessary to protect his country. That's why also he took part in war. He was against war simply, but it was compulsion to fight for his country, that means. And Sasson wrote this his poem to show the readers how the light can make him feel insecure. Light means daytime. In the daytime, he feels insecure, since it is during the day when both armies are fighting, when the sun can be seen reflected in water. The battlefield could be in anywhere, even in the beautiful place, which is ironical because it is hard to think in a beautiful and terrifying place at the same time. So there are two type of imagination: beautiful place also and terrifying place. So the uh, person who wrote this summary, right, says that, or in the opinion of writer also we can say that It's difficult to see beautiful scene at the place where war takes place. Always the place where war takes place is violent, terrifying, dangerous, difficult to imagine also. But the poet says it's beautiful. So it is ironical, it's not a direct one. He preferred not to see the place during the day because he will see the beauty of that place and the horror too. So he preferred night, which is dark, and at night he can't see the horror of day where he hasn't be, has not to pray for his life. At night, it is safe. It's safer than the daytime. That's why he pray for that time. So darkness where the author wants to could be death. If he is dead, as I said earlier also, night has uh, two types of nights meanings. I mean here, one is uh, opposite of day, night. Another one is opposite of life, death. Maybe he is willing for one of them or both of them. After death also, we believe that we don't have to suffer. And at night also, for the poet, for the soldier, he doesn't have to fight. So if he is dead, he would not see the horror that he has to see every day in the battlefield, which could be beautiful in the past, but now has become in a trains, plenty of bombs and dead people. If the author follows the river of star and shadows, he could be in peace, right? If you die, then there will be peace. We believe that. For him, death and night is the same, not fighting, right? Rather than what? Fighting? Rather than seeing that destruction of war, we prefer death. We prefer night. Because war is always violent, disastrous. That's why he wants to avoid war. He is against war, that means. But he must fight for his nation. That is the explanation of the poem. Here is analysis, you can see, you can go through this. What is mentioned here, comprehensively it is written. You just pause or take a screenshot right now. Uh, and if you have any question about first, second, third, please let me know. कसैलाई केही समस्याहरू छ यहाँ? मैले फेरि यहाँनिर भस्टमा लिएर गएँ. बुझौँ त ल, on your mic please.